Welcome back to day 5 of 100 videos in 100 days. We'll see if we make it all the way to the 100 days, but I'm going to try my best. So today I want to talk a little bit about simplicity, right? This is a very big problem that I see in a lot of people's business, and it was a problem that I had for a really long time. And I know I kind of talked about something similar a couple days ago, so I'm going to try my best to make it a bit of a different nuance. I think especially as someone who's earlier in business, it is imperative to keep things as simple as possible, right? You might be working a full-time job, you might be, trying to raise your kids, you might be a solo mom, solo dad, who knows? But we don't need to have this complex thing or complex processes to actually start having financial successes online. Like my first 100K was literally earned using my Facebook profile that I created in 2017, right? And that was the primary medium for my entire business. And the reason I want to talk about this today specifically is because there's this big thing with scaling businesses, scaling. And what I mean by scaling is, taking your business to 20, 30, $40,000 months and trying to operate your business as if you're ready for that. And realistically, if we don't build the correct infrastructure, we don't build the correct process or model or learn a process or model that we even want to do, you could potentially end up building or pigeonholing yourself into something that you don't even enjoy. A good real-time example of this, I've seen a lot of creators who end up building successful financial businesses online, but they end up burning out, they end up quitting, they end up leaving the internet space because they built this business that they didn't actually enjoy, right? They might be pumping out big numbers, but if you have to go live for 8 hours a day to make it possible, does anybody really want to do that? Let's be honest. And as a whole, this content creation and selling products and services online can be extremely simple if we design it to be. And I think we have a very big tendency to overcomplicate the process as a whole. We need to add these systems, or we need to add all these different moving parts, or all these different offers, or put 700 different things on our stand store. And it's like, we don't need half of it. If I was starting over again, I would pick one place to capture attention, probably Facebook Reels. I'd build a group, start putting content inside of that group, and I would pick one monetization vehicle. And that's not to say that the monetization won't change, right? You might find a different offer, you might do something else down the line, but I would pick one thing, right? Because then if we can get really lean and simple as far as the business and the actual moving parts of the business, and we can start making sales, we can start stacking momentum, it becomes this flywheel effect of you do a cool thing in your business, and then you can go talk about that in your content, which then creates sales opportunities, and then it just kind of goes in circles like this. And at the end of the day, we got to look at it in different stages, right? If we want more sales opportunities, we need to create more content, right? If we want more actual sales, we need to extend invitations for people to buy products from us. And those are two main mechanisms that we can literally fix in our business right now, and it could change everything about the direction of how your business is actually going. And the one thing that I see that hangs most people up is they don't actually pick an arena, they don't pick a space, or they don't actually focus on something for long enough to even start building momentum, which is a very big problem in this digital marketing space, or the online learning space and stuff like that. Is there's so many opportunities, there's so many different products, and it's a recipe for people just going in circles, right? It's new affiliate product pops up, new rebranded product pops up, or this new opportunity pops up, and it's people literally just go in circles. It's get on this high. This new thing came out, I bought this new thing, and now I'm going to do this. And then 2 weeks later, they're oh, this new thing popped up and I'm going to go do this. And then it's people just continuously ride this roller coaster of building a little bit of momentum, and then they start over, and then building a little bit of momentum and starting over. And this could summarize my first 3 years in the digital space, right? I was constantly jumping from products to strategies to concepts to models. And I was literally just starting over and over and over again, wondering why everybody else was getting all these results. And I was just doing the most, right? Working a full-time job, writing 3 blog posts a week, doing 2 YouTube videos, writing 5 Facebook posts. I was doing all of this stuff in business. And I was like left to wonder why everybody else was getting these financial wins when I wasn't. And then realistically, it's because I was doing too much stuff. I was doing so many different things, subpar. I was trying to optimize to sell 15 different things when it's like, why? Like, realistically, like, internally, why? Why am I even trying to sell 15 of these different products, 15 of these different offers? Like, I don't even vibe with half of them. I don't even fucking use half of them. Like, at the time, I was trying to sell software and all this stuff that I wasn't even using anymore. So it's like, reduce the number of things that you are actually doing in your daily business if you want to start building serious momentum. Pick a monetization vehicle that you want. This could be an affiliate product. This could be your own products. It doesn't necessarily matter, but fixate on that thing. Like, if people look at our business, it's like we've been optimizing to sell group juice for years, and that's it. We've said no to affiliate opportunities. We've told people, hey, we don't want to be a part of this JV. We don't want to do this promotion with you because it's going to pull our attention and our focus from the thing that we want to sell. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying everybody watching this video has to go like promote our products as an affiliate or anything like that. I just trying to make a point that the biggest problem that we usually run into in business is internal, right? We don't get hyper focused on something. We don't give ourselves enough time to actually build momentum, right? Like, we've worked with clients at times where they want to run offers, they want to launch these products, and it's okay, I posted about it 3 times and it didn't sell, so it must be broken. I'm going to do something else. Versus like, hey, if you have this kick-ass thing that like you believe in 100%, then we need to find different ways to talk about that thing as many fucking times as possible. And as like the example that I just made, right? We've been talking about Group Juice, one of our main babies that we've built, right? That has helped students do millions of dollars of sales online. We've probably posted 1,000 pieces of content all related to that product. Probably way more than 1,000 pieces of content if we're being real, right? Like, everything has been able to have a connection back to that monetization vehicle, which is also a big part why we always talk about giving longer time horizons, giving yourself longer runways to launch offers, to create content and build attention and awareness to your business, because it's one piece that we need, but people don't do it for long enough, right? Hey, I tried this thing a couple times and it didn't work, so now I'm going to go do something else. Or, I tried to sell this product and the person said no, so this product must be too expensive. And it's like, it's not how this game actually ends up working. If you look at our business as a whole, we've been talking about the same shit in as many different lenses for a very long time. Been talking about group growth and monetization since 2021. That's been the centerpiece of our business, right? Still is the centerpiece of our business. If you look at a lot of the content we create even to this day, it's community growth, monetization. We're talking about the same thing, same arena, same process, same strategy, same model, which I know to some people is boring or it's not sexy because it's not new. But this is the very process that's worked very well for us, and it's worked extremely well for our students that we've helped deploy it. And the biggest misconception that a lot of people have with that is, hey, you guys have done this in business and you've launched all these different products, you've launched all these different offers. But at the end of the day, we've played in the same arena. It's always been the same process, but monetization vehicles under that process, right? So everything's still leading back to the core fundamentals, community growth, monetization, removing sales calls, low tech approach to business, and all of that different stuff. But it hasn't constantly been, I'm going to replace what I'm doing I'm not going to launch something new to go replace this entire business that I've built. Versus how can we start showing up in our business to enhance what we're actually doing? And I'll leave you guys on a little bit of a tangential note too. If we're early in business, under 100K, like, simple, keep your business as simple as possible for as long as possible. Reduce the amount of moving parts. If you look at the decisions we've been making in our business over the last few months, instead of like adding more things to the business, we're like, hey, how can we remove more shit? How can we remove more pieces from the business? How can we stop selling this and put it over here? And how can we only condense what we actually have to show up for in our business down to as minimal fucking moving parts as possible? Right? And we've done 7 figures online, and we're trying to reduce as many moving pieces as we can. Whereas the standard is usually early in the business. We're like, how can we do all this different things? And this person's doing good on Instagram, and this person's doing good on TikTok, and I'm gonna go do 700 different things in business. It's like, remove half the shit. Get good at a couple different things and pick a monetization vehicle and fucking double down on that for the next 6 months. And put your horse blinders on. Do not deviate. Right? Get better inside of that arena for the next 180 days. Instead of constantly looking and internalizing, hey, this didn't perform as well as I thought it was going to, I'm going to potentially go replace what I was doing with something else because that's going to be easier. Whereas more often than not, we're just going to run into the same exact fucking challenges when we move. And it's like this to that. And I know it's not a sexy topic or something to even talk about, but this is the thing that probably irritates me the most in the online space. And it sucks, especially when you genuinely want people to win and you watch them do this, right? We've had clients who've done this, and it's like, you've changed offers and strategies and concepts and models 87 times in the last 6 months. Like, why would you be making sales? Your audience is probably confused as fuck, right? Every other day you have this brand new opportunity that's the best thing in the world, and it's like, you're confusing your audience. You're cannibalizing your audience, right? Or you're constantly like, one day you're like, hey, fuck software and build businesses with low tech, and then the next day you're like, hey, AI is the coolest thing. Like, if you're not doing it, your business is gonna get burned down. And it's like, lack of congruency is a big thing. So in closing, pick a strategy, keep things fucking as simple as possible for as long as possible. This game can be very simple, right? We just need to create attention around ourselves and fucking try to sell people products. That's it. Without the attention, it's a cause and effect too. Like, we have to remember that. Like, if without creating the attention, you will not sell any offers, right? So that's why we tell everybody, the first things first, start creating fucking content about yourself. Start creating some form of content, because that is step one. Without that, nothing else, no other doors get opened, right? We don't even have the opportunity to present offers if we're not creating attention for ourselves. And secondly, just continue to refine, get better, optimize inside of the thing that you actually pick. There's lots of different ways you can create attention. There's lots of different communities you could build. And there's lots of fucking different products you could sell. Pick and don't deviate for the next 180 days. That's my advice to you. And all I got for you on day 5, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.